All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're jumping right into a story that is moving so fast, it's almost impossible to track. I'm talking about the great global race to master AI. And believe me, the stakes here are, well, they're civilization level. So, here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll look at the warning shot that basically fired the starting gun on this whole thing. Then we'll check out the new tech that's leading the pack. After that, we'll see how different countries are playing this high-stakes game. And finally, and this is the important part, we'll talk about where you fit into all of this. So why the sudden urgency? Well, this whole thing really kicked into overdrive because of some pretty stark warnings. And they came from someone who's right there on the front lines, actually building the most advanced AI on the planet. And that person is Dario Amodei, the CEO of the AI lab Anthropic. Now, when he talks about civilization-level threats, he's not talking about some sci-fi movie set in the distant future. No, his warning is for right now. He's basically saying the tech is moving way, way faster than our ability to keep up with it. And this is the timeline that's got everyone so spoked. Amodei thinks that AGI, or artificial general intelligence, an AI that can think and learn like a person, could be here in just 1 to 2 years. Let that sink in. Just a little while ago, experts were talking about decades. This changes everything. And if you're wondering what that means for, daily life, check this out. 50%. That's the percentage of white-collar jobs that could be completely upended or even made obsolete within just a few years of AGI showing up. So yeah, this isn't just some abstract tech problem. It's a massive economic shift that could hit millions of us, and fast. Okay, so let's shift gears from the warnings to the tech itself, because this abstract idea of AGI, it starts to feel a lot less abstract and a whole lot more real when you see what these new AI models can actually do. Case in point, Anthropic's Claude Opus 4.6, which dropped in early 2026. This thing was a massive leap forward. We're not just talking about a smarter chatbot here. It's becoming what they call an autonomous agent. Think of it like this. You can give it a complex goal, and it can figure out the steps and just do it, all on its own without you holding its hand. So what can it do? Well, it's not just answering your questions anymore. It can literally act like a software engineer and build a whole program from the ground up. It can dive into complex financial data and make sense of it. And get this, it's even helping NASA with the Perseverance rover on Mars. That's how powerful this stuff is getting. Now, this isn't just a race between a few big tech companies like Anthropic and OpenAI. Oh no, it's way bigger than that. This is escalating into a full-blown global competition between entire nations. And right now, 2 major Asian powers are taking completely different approaches to win. You've got China playing the role of the sprinter. They're going all in with a top-down, state-driven push, just pouring billions into raw computing power and industrial scale. Then you have India playing the long game, more like a marathoner. They're building from the ground up, focusing on their incredible pool of human talent and making AI accessible to everyone. And this chart really just lays it all out, doesn't it? Look at that gap. China's state-backed investment is over $100 billion. That's more than 10 times what India's spending. That buys you a ton of raw power, a massive head start in the hardware game. But money isn't everything, right? Here's India's big play. While China might have more users overall, look at the percentage of the population that's actually using this stuff. India is leading the world. They're creating this huge, super engaged, and increasingly skilled user base. So it really boils down to this. China is betting on the machines, and India is betting on the people. 2 totally different strategies. So you see the pattern here? Whether we're talking about companies or countries, it all comes down to the same thing in the end. The real winner in this race will be whoever has the most skilled people. And just like that, this huge geopolitical race, it suddenly becomes about you. But here's the catch, right? For so many of us, figuring out how to get these skills feels confusing. You can watch a million YouTube tutorials, but they don't give you a clear path. College courses can be all theory and no practice, and there's this nagging fear that you have to be some kind of coding genius just to get in the game. So what's the answer? Well, it looks like it's a much more practical, hands-on approach. We're talking about learning that focuses on skills you can actually use tomorrow. Things like interactive classes and real-world projects that don't just teach you stuff, but actually build your confidence so you feel ready to use these tools. And that's the big shift we're seeing in education right now. The goal isn't just to get a certificate to hang on the wall. The real prize is being placement ready. It's about what you can do. Can you use AI to solve a real problem? Can you walk into an interview and show them, not just tell them, what you're capable of?
Okay, let's pull all these threads together. We've talked about the starting gun firing, we've looked at the different racers on the track, and we've even checked out the training grounds. So the big question is, where do you fit in all this?
When you boil it all down, this whole AI story is really happening on 3 different fronts at the same time. You've got the tech front, where things are evolving at a dizzying speed. You've got the national front, with this massive geopolitical chess match. And then you have the personal front, and that's all about you, your skills, your readiness, your willingness to jump in. Look, the race is on, there's no doubt about that. And it's moving way faster than anyone thought possible. The rules of the game are changing by the day. So the only real question left to ask is, how are you going to choose to run?